Welcome to Shadows of Dawn.
Welcome to Shadows of Dawn. This is the first episode of Journey to Asgard with
Dun,
our
dun, dun.
with our adventurers here.
At least we're not naked.
Yeah, at least they're not naked. Vonmer
Yeah,
Ragnir
there we
and
go.
the Marquis Kildewarin. So, anybody who had watched the Return to Norberg uh, had realized that they, along with several of their companions, had returned to Norberg to investigate a portal. And against all probably instincts or maybe pure curiosity, our adventurers decided to descend into said portal, only to find that they were separated into two different areas. Some of them you can watch in Into the Shadowfell, but this will be the first episode of Journey to Asgard. So, we'll go ahead and give the summary once again of what has happened once you pass through the portal. You find yourselves standing by a dirt road that ends abruptly. As you approach, you notice the sky is filled with floating stalactites. And, well, they look like floating stalactites, big snow cones of earth, whose surfaces boast mountains and forests alike. You take a few
Not in Canada
steps.
anymore.
You take a few steps towards the road's end and end up looking down, down off the edge of a world. Miles below you, you see vast land beyond, with mighty rivers flowing from earth and stone. You kind of wipe your eyes, trying to blink away what surely cannot be reality, but with no success. It's only then you realize you are only clothed in simple traveler's clothes, which give you a flashback of Frostdalian fashion from years gone by. A simple tunic, breeches, boots, and a belt is all you own. Looking around, you see smoke rising from above the trees a few miles away, back down the road. It's obviously smoke from a hearth, like you would see from back home. As I recall, a quick kind of religion check had uh, basically proved that you were probably on a different plane, a plane called Gladsheim, which is known in the Asgardian realms as having these giant earthbergs that float just in the sky. It's like just having big bergs of earth floating around in the sky. People live on them, dwell on them, uh, and whatnot. It's, from your fables and legends and kind of your old religious, kind of upbringing who's studied other pantheons. Most of this would come from the Frostalian pantheons. Most Frostalians kind of worship the Norse mythology. So this is where that knowledge would have probably come from.
Really Frostdalian, huh? All right, interesting.
So, our adventurers, here you are. What do you plan to do?
Well,
Well,
uh,
yeah, well,
I
um,
might as well mentally try and since I don't see Soulfire around, I will mentally try. Soulfire, are you anywhere near?
You don't get a response.
yeah, same with Delve, but I guess
Yeah,
not.
All right.
no response from Delve either.
Bummer sad. All right, hang on.
Yep.
Can you pull off that ghost image from Bomber, please, sir?
Let's see. Is Bonmer the ghost?
All right.
Bonmer the ghost.
Add my street clothes. image.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, sir. Since
Guess there's nothing for it. We just have.
This is our
Looks
theater
like
of the
over
mind.
there in that forest is the only signs of life.
It is.
Might as well check it out.
yeah, so you said we had some smoke that we saw, right?
Yes. The other direction
Yeah.
down the road. The road literally walks to the edge of this berg you're on and just goes like right off a cliff. And you don't really see a bottom, but you see when you're looking down, like miles down, you can see another earthberg that's kind of below you. And that's where you see the mountains and whatnot. They're floating on that. It's a massive berg. Looking behind you, you see forests, trees, mountains way in the distance. So back down.
Let's head for the smoke.
Yep.
All right.
We'll take off. As we get a little closer, we'll try and do a perception to see if there are any like birds around or anything. Is this place got
Yes.
life to it?
Yeah. You hear the sounds of nature as you do walk along this old dirt road. You walk for about maybe a mile. It doesn't take you very long. When you begin to see the smoke getting closer as you come upon what looks to be an establishment.
So just a second before we get there. So yeah, as we're walking, so Kyle and I'll be talking. So how are we going to play this, man? Do we want to be up front that we're from a different area? Or we want to kind of go easy on it until we see what the hell's going on? Or what are you thinking?
Oh, if this is the realm of the gods, we should assume that the gods would recognize us for what we are from a different plane of existence.
Recognize us as deities from another place. Wait, no.
They're not my gods, but all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, you know anything about beyond what we know about Gladshine?
Yeah. So can I do a religion check? See if I know anything about this stuff, or
the religion check you did pretty much
got me?
gave
All right.
that got you what I've told you.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. All I know is what I shared, man. I got nothing, man. I don't know.
No, you
I'm
have
glad I'm
something.
here.
You were able to tell him all the stuff I just told you.
All right, yeah. Other than that, I ain't got nothing.
Wait. Before we go much further, I just gotta walk. I gotta test something here. I reach up and I give Vombler's beard a little tug and I like pinch his cheek.
He's real.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
No, he's real.
Like, all right, and then I
He's
lean down and I lean down and like Vombler, give me a good slap.
Yeah, I
This is-
slap. Oh, really? Cool. Yeah, I slapped the shit out of him.
this is not the dwarf you're
Making
looking
sure
for.
we're still alive since we're in the after.
Yeah.
We're in what you might call an afterlife.
Tap my heels together. No place like home. Nothing. All right, cool.
We have people online that want to slap you too. So
Yeah,
Me first.
Alrighty. So as you approach, you see a palisaded building. The building, wow, looks little kind of Frostalian, but older. It's kind of the same style. It's that Norse style that you've seen before. It doesn't look like there's much activity, but the hearth is billowing smoke.
Yeah, let's proceed. I guess. Yeah.
Yep. I guess we'll go announce ourselves at the gate. I'll go up and just outside the gate, I'll yell, "Hello, is anyone home?"
As you look inside, kind of sitting on a porch, just kind of sitting on some wooden stairs, you see a dragonborn man. He looks
perfect.
old. In fact, he raises his head up as he seemed to be whittling away at something. He sets down his little whittling knife and a piece of wood that he was working on, and he uses kind of a cane to rise to his feet. Why, hello. Well, I was not expecting a human and a dwarf to come visit today. What brings you to Dracofjord?
Can we enter? Can we approach?
Oh, by all means, come inside.
I
Honestly,
will say, I'll say
kind
draconic. Thank
sir.
you.
As you come
Yeah, we weren't
close,
expected to be here either.
yeah, his skin is old and leathery. He bears some semblance of blue and white colorations to his skin. He doesn't seem to be dressed in any armor or really wield any weapons. Um, as he kind of makes his way down the stairs. I'm Balroga. Welcome to Dracofjord. Although it is not the village it used to be so long ago.
Pleasure, Dracoford. And you're saying Dracoford, sir? Sorry, we've never been here. We're not from around here at all.
Oh, no, you are not. Indeed. I know I would have recognized a master dwarf and a human. I've seen some humans. It's been several years since. I honestly can't recall the last time I've seen a dwarven man.
So AJ, we know about the Dragonborn, right? From the ruins that we've seen on the city that we
Only from
Norberg or whatever.
from Norberg.
Do-
Yeah, Baleth
do we know-
Nogareth.
Do we
Yes.
know that they're called Dragonborn? Do we know that?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna try it. So we've never seen a Dragonborn in person, sir. We're from another plane, to be honest with you. We've come through Nuremberg.
Yes, yes. Baleth Nagareth.
At the sound of Baleth Nagareth, his eyes light up and his jaw kind of opens. Did you say Baleth Nagareth?
Indeed.
Wow.
I've recently discovered it and cleansed it of a great undead threat. We came across a portal in it here.
That would explain this morning's vision. Huh. It wasn't a vision after all, but it was you, entering the realm of Gladshine, through the portal. Oh, Tyr be praised. Huh. I have not lived my life for nothing. I was beginning to wonder if even the old stories were true.
May
Come.
I ask what vision you saw, sir?
The light in the sky. At first, I thought it a mere illusion. I decided to sit on the porch just to see if anything interesting might happen today. And indeed, it has. Come inside. You, my friends, are probably parched and thirsty.
And we have tons of questions too, if we might. Yeah.
Well, I will do my absolute best to answer. He basically comes in what appears to be a very simple style living quarter. It's dusty. He's obviously, as for Dragonborn, you're not quite sure the lifespans of the things, but the way he moves, you're just like, he's old. He's definitely old. He grabs a loaf of bread. He comes over and he's like, "Hey, Master Dwarf, I'm not sure if this will be completely to your liking, but it is a good stout ale I have kind of taken to in my later years." He kind of pours a mug.
You had him at ale.
He pours a mug and he places the bread upon there and he kind of pulls out a chair. "Please, have a seat. And tell me, how are things at Baleth Nargarath? My great-great-grandfather, he told tales of his great-grandfather and his before them. But it has been, quite the centuries before any Dragonborn had come through. And now,
Most impressive. So we honestly didn't know that timeline. So yeah, thanks for that. But honestly, it's a city of ruin now. To be honest with you, I hate to tell you that, but
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, we regret to inform you that we encountered a great uh, undead creature, a night walker there, and it appears that generations ago the night walker drove all of the dragonborn to abandon Balith Nagareth and relocate elsewhere.
He seems to take this in with a grain, with a kind of an emotion. He's like, well, I guess the fact it still stands is something. Some of my ancestors had just thought it was already destroyed. But the visions in my family line kept lingering. And one watcher after another, as it passed through the generations, I still felt drawn to stay. It is with this sadness I tell you, even Dracofjord, who has not been a settlement for, oh, at least 350 years or so. It's really just been this area, handed down from generation to generation. Each eldest son being declared the Watcher, waiting to see if those from Balith Nogareth would once again come to walk the path of the dragon.
So, what is your role as the Watcher, sir?
My role is to watch for those who come to walk,
That
and
makes
to
sense.
send you along on the path. But it is up to your
Now,
choosing.
And
Not all of those who
we do
come
have
to walk the path decide to walk it. Some come and see Gladshine for what it is, and decided to stay. The path was only for those who wished to return back to Balith Nogareth with an enlightenment, an enhancement, if you will.
well, you definitely bring gladness to my heart, knowing that there is a way back. Outstanding.
Oh, of course.
indeed, and further good news, near as we can tell from what we had found there, it appears that the dragonborn who once resided there did survive. They just relocated elsewhere in the world. We may be able to find them when we return, if we are able to do so, and
Yeah.
inform them that it is cleansed of its evil and able to be resettled if they choose to do so.
Well, that would bring a hope beyond hope. Huh. Well,
That's
that is
definitely the goal.
actually
Yeah.
quite a lot to take in on my side. And you said you had questions. Oh,
Most
my. If my great grandfather could hear you now. Ah, in his older years, he had given up hope. Fortunately, my father saw to it that he would carry the mantle and pass the traditions to me. Unfortunately, I seem to be the last in my family line, as I have neither spouse nor children. But it does bring joy to this old man's heart in order to see and hear that Balith Nargareth still exists. Oh, they will be laughing in the heavens when I come to tell them that many of them, well, had not waited for nothing.
So you mentioned that this city has not been populated for 300 years or so as well. Where did all your kind go?
Dispersed through Gladshine, and wherever they may have roamed. To be completely honest, I have not kept, how shall we say, close tabs on those who I once knew. Being near the edge of an earthberg, there's not a lot of traffic that comes this way, as there's not
So,
a lot out here.
so Earthberg, I guess that's the floating islands that we saw.
Yes, Master Dwarf, that is correct. They refer to them as earthbergs, and Gladsheim is filled with them. What magic makes them float? Well, it's unknown to us, only that we can assume it is godly. I have prayed to Tyr often about the knowledge, but he only gives me what I should know.
So how does one
Before we
travel
carry
from
on,
one? Oh, go ahead.
thank you. Before we carry on, I must ask. Where Bummer, the others did enter the portal as well, did they not? Why are they not here?
Fair question, my noble friend. So we did have three others that came through the portal as well and didn't arrive with us. Do you know anything about that?
Well, I know that, well, they are not with you. Ah, huh. Quite concerning. And you say you two came through the, you all, 5 of you there were, went through the same portal.
Correct, sir. At
And,
different times, admittedly, but I mean, within like a few seconds of each other.
that is quite interesting. He kind of stands up from a chair and he moves over to like some books. He's like, "Can you describe the portal for me, perhaps? Maybe something in one of my tomes might give me an idea." He's thumbing through books, asking you to describe the portal.
Indeed, it was a pulsing light at the bottom of an inverted pyramid. Statues hung above it, and it pulsed with a purple and black light back and forth.
Yeah, here we are. He opens a book, and he basically flips some pages, and he comes to what appears to be a sketch of the temple you are describing. Um, he's reading
That's it.
some text below it, and yeah, it looks very similar. Except you give me an insight check, both of you.
Stand by. Where's my character sheet?
26.
Nice. 23.
Okay. You both immediately, your eyes go to the portal, the square portal at the bottom of the inverted pyramid. As you look how it is drawn with a singular circle that is kind of like showing a display of magic. What you recall was kind of these multiple spots of circles within the magic that were made up of blackness. Now, the drawing's not in color, so you're not exactly sure what it's talking about. But he does reference, he says, "You said black and purple. Well, under the description here, the Gladshime portal should have been purple. There's no mention of any blackness within it."
Do you
Perhaps
think the
the
portal might have been
darkness that
corrupted?
resided there. Perhaps the darkness that resided there that we cleansed had an
Corrupted
effect
it?
on the portal.
Oh, it is foul magic. It is
Now I'm
possible.
quite concerned about our comrades.
I would be too if they did not end up here. Where did they go indeed?
So, Balaraga, I hope I'm saying Balaraga. Am I saying your name correctly?
That is close enough. But Balroga with a big O.
Balaraga. So we had a bunch of equipment and stuff with us when we went through, and we came through as you see us now, which is honestly, I feel quite without my equipment and very naked, to be honest with you. Do you know anything about how the portal works? Where that equipment might have gone, or I guess more
Well,
importantly, how we can get new equipment?
he kind of flips some pages in his book. And you can see some drawings of what appears to be Dragonborn kind of walking up to a town. They're kind of like, you think of kind of like Egyptian hieroglyphs, where they're kind of like 2D-ish. So the drawings are kind of little 2D style. They're old. But he says, each Dragonborn who has passed through comes bearing only that which can clothe them. I'm not sure the hows or the whys or the whether nots, only that it has been done this way for centuries. as far as
Right.
he kind of flips some, and you can see the evolutions of drawings from others. And in fact, he will go over and, you know, actually he gathers some scrolls and papers, which appear to be some kind of journals or logs. And from your quick glance, they're of times when a dragonborn has come through. It's kind of like marking an occasion, you know, if you will, how it's kind of chronicled these events. And each one that you see is wearing just these very simple kind of clothes, very similar to what you guys are wearing. It's like, I am not sure the hows or whys. Um, this knowledge was probably something lost to time. I can tell you that it was not the Dragonborn of Asgard who started this cross-planner test. It did come from your side of the portal, as the first Watchers had discovered it. And apparently, he kind of flips very forward in the book. There was a calling to a wise dragonborn that the way of the dragon would be marked through the portal and one would have to walk. It was then, he kind of flips a couple of pages, that upon the successful completion of the path, a watcher was selected who would pass through and not return, only to watch the path of the dragon for those who would to come after. And thus began the watch.
The cycle.
And so,
question. So are you saying one of us might become the watcher then? Will we might replace you?
oh,
Is that
no,
what I'm
no,
hearing?
no,
Or-
no, no.
Okay, good,
No,
good, good, good.
no.
All right, good.
No.
Not to belittle what you do, sir, but I just
It
I
is
do wanna
a
get back to my
it is
man,
a
yeah.
voluntary choice to guard the
Oh, beautiful,
watch. Those who come through, as I've said, usually come through to walk the path of the dragon. But as I did say, some became enchanted with Gladshime and decided to simply stay and not complete the path. It may have been too difficult for them. They may have just found a different awareness. The
I
path of
understand.
the dragon, it's not as simple as following a literal path. It's a direction. It starts by crossing down into a part of Gladshime and following one's instinct. I can bear you the mark, one who wishes to walk the path. But along the way, you will be faced with challenges. These challenges can come in many forms. Selflessness, community, and justice are some of the things that may be challenging you. Alas, so is sacrifice, loneliness, and suffering. Only the dragon knows what lies ahead.
So to that end, I mean there's nothing in the books that describes what might lay ahead of us on the path.
No, it is not for the watchers to foresee. It is only the tests between those who walk it and the dragon.
Fair enough. Would you by chance know where we might be able to find like a smithy or something like that where we can create something, or would you happen to have a copper wire or anything like that around that I might make use of?
Not to brag, but I'm fairly good with some tools. Yeah, what seems to be your conundrum, Master Dwarf?
May I borrow a parchment and a quill from you?
Oh, well, sure. He kind of
So I'll
goes over to
draw
the,
it up.
My friend Bomber here is a priest of Morden, and
Morden, you say? The dwarven
indeed.
the dwarven deity. He kind of grabs the
Oh, so you know him, excellent.
oh yes. Watchers have to be, how should we say, a little diversified in the religions of both Asgard as well as those of Baleth Norgareth. You see, Tyr is a deity of justice, and as Tyr exists in Asgard, So too, I know he was worshipped by those in Balith Nagaret.
So Tyr is the deity that you worship, sir?
Indeed.
Excellent.
Interesting. I myself come from a long lineage of family who follow the platinum dragon, the Bahamut.
Ah, well, the dragon lineage, of course, is very well known to us Dragonborn. Of course,
I ask you
Bahamut.
not to play favorites,
Yes,
sir. Please don't play favorites.
one of the great worms of all being. Yes, very powerful. And perhaps it was not just luck that brought you here.
Ah, good point. So I'll sketch out the anvil with a flame above it. You know, the symbol of Morden.
Hmm.
It would be awesome if you can if I can get something like that crafted, just an pendant or something like that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I could carve up another nice little amulet or something. I believe I have some jasper out back. It would make a fine symbol for a holy man.
I would be honored if you could, and I'd pay you if I could. But again, we have nothing but what's on our bodies right
It
now.
would be my pleasure. As
All
for
right.
as for any items you may need, ah, I have a shed across the way. There are some gear and some things in it you may rummage through as you wish to see if anything there might be useful to you. But,
Greatly appreciated.
but this will take me a wee bit of time. I would maybe have it finished for you on the morrow if I can work on it today.
Oh yeah, perfect. Can you tell us about the lay of the land? What might be close by that we can, venture to, and or where might we start the path? I guess is probably a better question.
Well, the path is very simple from here. It lies the direction to the south and to the west, and then where your feet may lead. As for where to go and what to do, I would have no knowledge of a uh, proper course.
Certainly
As if
understandable.
you wish to walk the path of the dragon, I must put the first mark upon your arm. Uh,
I'll hold out my arm.
this will take a little bit of time, so perhaps we should eat and let you rummage while I gather my ink and needle.
I agree.
Very
Let's do
good.
it.
All right. So he will give you
With that,
time to go over to the building across the way, look through some stuff to see what you may be able to find.
So we got Fair Noble, because I feel quite the naked.
All righty.
I
Okay.
am not so helpless in what I have, thankfully. Uh, but we shall bear ourselves. I believe I see a hammer, my friend.
So,
Yeah, that will.
yes, looking into here, you see some weapons. There is basically most simple weapons, but there is a singular warhammer, a singular battle axe, a singular longsword, and a singular pike. But
Warhammer for me.
there is also one of each simple weapon that can be found in here. You also find there is one backpack. There are some sacks that can be found. There is a couple of like belt pouches that you can also find. And you can also muster what looks about 10 days of dry rations.
Perfect. So any armor? I'm guessing no armor whatsoever.
There does not appear to be any armor in here.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I'm definitely going to grab the Warhammer if you don't have an issue with that, Sir
None
Noble.
at all, my friend.
feel a little less naked, but still it's not quite dull, but it'll do.
No shield, AJ.
No shields are in here. No.
Alrighty.
All right, so
In that
Warhammer is
case,
equipped. I will grab at least one pouch. I'm assuming your strength is probably a tad big better than mine.
it is indeed more than likely.
All right, you
So
want to carry the
I will
backpack?
add an item. I will add a backpack.
Add a pouch as well. Um,
And I will take a long sword.
Alrighty.
yeah, so I just grabbed
Because
a
it is
Warhammer pouch. That's about all I see that she's
Yeah.
adding rations. So you want to grab 5 days of rations apiece?
Sure. I will add.
Longsword looks like it. Some of the weapons look like, and like I said, there's one of each simple weapon as well, and a dozen arrows if somebody were to take a short bow. There is
Indeed, I shall.
the weapons look as though they could probably use a little bit of sharpening, which take a little bit of time to kind of.
If he's got the stuff to do tooling, we can certainly
Yes,
clean everything up.
he does.
Yeah,
There are some
I do.
sharpening stones that you can find in here. It's just
Not
basically
too
it's
worried
gonna.
about sharpening my Warhammer, but yeah, I'll clean it up some.
Yeah, you can clean it up.
So I can only get one ration in my pouch. Are you able to carry the other rations in the backpack, or is that too much for the backpack?
I'll carry it all, yeah.
You sure? You can get it in there? All right.
Yep.
So I got one ration on me.
Alrighty. So you kind of get that together. And it takes takes a little time to rummage through stuff. You guys kind of put it all together, and let's see.
Forge. All right, cool.
While we're here, just for my sake, as kind of a, it's not much, but we'll clean up the rest of the gear in here as well, make it all tidy.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like we're going to probably be here for at least a day, so yeah, I'll assist with that.
Okay. Alrighty.
We can at least do that.
Yeah. So a few hours go by. You pretty much got your stuff, and he's waiting outside. He's kind of hanging out outside.
We'll go out to meet him.
There we go. Did you find some things that were useful?
I got a Warhammer in a pouch. I hope
Indeed we
that's
did.
Oh yes, no. Anything you need, by all means. Yeah. Well,
We've
I have
cleaned up the rest as well, just for safety.
I have the tattoo to make the mark. Who would like to go first?
Oh, nobles first, of course.
Alrighty. Yeah, basically,
I thank you.
you can put it on your whichever arm you want, upper arm or lower arm. So it can be on your forearm or your upper arm.
Let's do my sword bearing forearm.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
So you kind of sit down, and he's like, "Go, Master Oak. Feel free to. You can look all around if you wish. It's probably take him, a couple hours to get this one in, and then it will be your turn." So his old school tattoo. He's got the needle. He dips into ink, and he hits it on the back with a hammer. But he works very quick, and even for his old hands, it's very clean, not super painful. He's got a very good touch. He tells you about the mark. It is the tattoo. What he's making is the tattoo of a dragon's head. This ink that is going into it does have a magical component. As you walk the path, he tells you that the tattoo will grow. If you complete the path, it will eventually grow into a full dragon. And this is when you will know that your journey is complete. He basically says, should you feel a burning or an itching sensation, you will know that there is something vital in your path that you have come across. It's like,
Oh, excellent.
it's like telling you that there is something there that is calling to you. It is the dragon's way of, well, breathing on the back of your neck, so to speak, except that you're up.
We've had that experience before several times.
Let's not get into detail on that, brother.
So he, as you kind of, get to know him a little bit, he shares some stories as he first tattoos one of you, and then Vonmer, where do you want your tattoo?
Same, yeah. Forearm that I use for the Warhammer. Yeah, I want it to be
All right.
noticeable.
Upper or lower?
Lower.
Alrighty. So yep, he goes to work on both of you, but over the time, you basically kind of learn that his life has kind of been very, very lonely. He has seen people, and on occasion he's ventured down the path to some crossroads where he knows travelers will come and vendor and trade if he's needed. But his farm here is quite self-sustaining for him. He does have some minor clerical abilities, worshiping Tyr. The settlement, basically dissolved, 300 plus years ago. Since then, really only the memories remain from what they call the prime visitors, or the prime dragonborn who crossed over to walk the path of the dragon.
Oh, right.
He is one who remains in quote-unquote the old ways. Being the last of his line, no children, it's been his family's tradition to really just remain here in case the primers had returned. He does think the legacy will die with him. But it's not to say that if the Dragonborn were to come back, they could install a new watcher. So he is fine with that.
May I see your tattoo? I'm assuming that you've journeyed the path?
No, it's like, I have not walked the path. My path was that of a watcher. He actually shows a tattoo, and it looks like a dragon's eye, but it's on his chest. It's on the top of his chest.
Nice.
He's like, this is the sign of a watcher. Only those who have kept the watch bear this insignia.
Well, thank you for doing what you do. Yeah, you've been an awesome greeter and watcher.
He says, well, it has been a lifelong dream to see someone come through to walk the path. I am just thankful that I was here to see it happen, or I should say, to see it begin to happen. Because there's no guarantee that I will see you again, even if you are successful. And you should not feel the need to return just because. I will know if the path was complete, even though I may not see it. There will be a feeling. And he kind of points to the tattoo.
Oh, great. All right.
Let's see here. He finishes placing the tattoo on both of you. He says, and of course, it's like time for dinner, and so we'll make something to eat, giving you guys a chance to kind of look around. It's a very simple place. There's a pond, a stream, and he explains there's an underground stream, and so fish actually will come in here. He doesn't have to stock it or anything. It's like a small stream that is here, self-sustaining, works very well. There is another road that goes out of here, but he's like, that's not the road to the path. The one to the east is not the path of the dragon. The path of the dragon is to the south and west. So some of the towers remain from way back when. He's like, I've kept a couple of them working because, sometimes I just want to get a bird's eye view. And it kept my skills up. He says, however, in my old age, there may be a couple of rungs that are loose, so be careful if you decide to climb the towers.
While he's helping us out, we'll help him out and help tidy the place up and tighten everything down if we find anything that needs to.
Okay.
Well, would you have any books on the bestiary of this area that we might be able to study?
Unfortunately, no. Great library or collection of works is not necessarily something I have. Only the journals of the Watchers. Of course, my own dedication to Tyr. I know a bit, but For the creatures of wandering this burg of Glatshine, well, it's quite peaceful, actually. There are not many dangers on the road. The people, for the most part, are happy and good people. The worst thing that could possibly happen is a berg collision, where if the bergs were to slam into each other, you really just want to try to find cover and get down, depending on where the other berg is in relation to yours. If it is higher, seek shelter. If it is to the side, you might get knocked over. But
Hang on. So how does one travel from one berg to the other?
well, you can climb. And there are some who jump in magical ways, flying, if possible. And on occasion, there are portals that will link one to another.
Yeah, climbing sounds problematic. I'm not the most dexterous individual.
And I would not recommend climbing the great chains either. They are known to be, well, quite
Kind of chuckle.
slippery. A ladder or rope would be your best bet, especially if one is directly above or below. And they're not often there for long.
The Great Platinum One has yet to grace me with any form of wings, so we'll try the second or third approach.
Right, exactly.
Well, you won't be too hard pressed to find ways to move from berg to berg where civilizations are. They have their means and their mechanisms. If you came from where I think you came from, that one is actually quite the dead end and quite a big drop off. On occasion, though, there is another berg that does come along and lines up with it almost perfectly, if you can withstand the shake and not fall to the ground.
Wow. So I guess one last question before we start a little looking around here for the day. Do we have any journals or any kind of textbooks outlining information of your race? I would be most impressed if I could read some and
He
maybe
doesn't
even take one with us if you don't mind.
He doesn't have any journals, but he will be happy to discuss what he knows of his race with you, in exchange for discussions of yours.
No, I'd be more than happy to share that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as for today, he had to do the tattoos. He's going to make dinner. He will probably work on your amulet tomorrow. So during the day tomorrow, y'all can have those kind of talks.
Perfect.
All right.
Fine.
So you basically guys have a dinner. You'll get a long rest. You guys can look around. It's not really a searching thing you guys need to do. You can move around. You can see the place. You will be able to rest upstairs. He's got all sorts of cots that are up there. They're left over from his family, haven't been used in for forever. He sleeps on one at the very back corner. You guys can welcome to any other two.
All right. So I need to spend a little time on my spells. I gotta get rid of anything that's got a big material component to it. But yeah, let me do that real quick.
Okay. Yeah, work on your spell list.
Yeah.
So the next day, he'll make a breakfast. And, he'll come out, probably sit on his front porch where he was earlier, and kind of whittle with it. He's got a big chunk of jasper, and he's got some masonry tools, some tinker's tools. And he kind of asks, "Do you want this to be on an amulet? He can put it on a cord, or he can make it handheld for you."
An amulet would be perfect. Thank you.
Very well. And he's like, "I can do that." And you kind of watch as he goes at it, and he's actually pretty good. Works pretty quick. As he kind of forms the jasper into kind of the Moradin's hammer. It definitely has the values needed for a holy symbol, so it will seem to work. Will work just fine.
We'll go around and check to see if there's anything that needs repairing that he may not be able to do anymore.
Yeah, there's some nice things you can do to help kind of tidy up or relash some of the logs on some of the ladders or the ramps. There's all sorts of little things that you can do, and at the same time you kind of are able to bring in this whole sense of this is peaceful. I mean, it's like in another world It's like, this is peaceful. This is, it's not the hustle and bustle of running a keep in a manor or running a big church and, all the responsibilities that come with it. Although you kind of imagine his responsibilities are big in the grand scheme of things. Just the peacefulness of this whole thing just kind of falls over you in this sense of
Certainly
calm.
has its appeal.
Uh,
But then maybe that's part of the challenge.
Right? Yeah.
Maybe.
Just how much resolve does one have to even start the path from here?
He talks, yeah, and you bring it up, and he will say that is true. Many, how should we say, many a dragonborn in times past. That's why they decided to stay. It was different from where they were. It was, as I understand it, not cold. I can.
Yes, yes, it is certainly cold.
I can attest
The,
that I am not one for the cooler months myself. I would much
Don't go to
prefer-
the valley.
We'll,
Yeah, so I'll definitely.
we'll regale him of some stories of the frozen wood on the north end of the valley.
You can go
Oh.
quite cold.
So yeah, he
So-
pretty much tells you about the dragonborn race.
Beautiful.
What you kind of expect. So anything like Player's Handbook related to the dragonborn race. That's basically, this is what they are. Live basically about 100. He himself is 87, so he's getting up there. But you pretty much learn, the ins and outs and the basics of the dragonborn race. He kind of is interested to learn, some dwarven cultures, and
Oh, yeah.
they say you can smell the stone and just know it's different. And you're like, absolutely. And he's like, that's incredible. He's so fascinated with that. There's stone.
I'm standing on stone. I can sense tremors from things walking on it. It's I miss it. I really do. Yeah, being underground, it's quite magical.
You do find out that, so as far as he knows, only dragonborn have ever walked this path of the dragon. And there's no imagery that he has in any of his things to, someone coming through. But there is no rule against it. So there was nothing in there about it. It says only those who come through the portal to walk the path of the dragon. So he's like, he's kind of like, he gets to see something different too, in a way. He's a little
Excellent.
excited about that.
And just so player to DM. So the holy symbol he's making is going to be worth at least 5 GP, right?
Yeah, it's because it's made out of jasper. Yeah.
I just want to make sure it works for the Temple of the Gods in case we need it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
It
is a holy symbol per raw rules.
Spirit Guardians. So what about Spirit Guard? It says it calls for a prayer scroll. So if I have that holy symbol, that'll work as well.
It depends. If something is consumed in the casting,
It's not consumed. Yeah, it's not consumed.
no, then all you need is the focus.
All right, beautiful. I just want to make
You
sure.
either need a component or you need a focus.
All right, cool. All right, so let's get. Where's the magic weapon? Where's that? Let's do that. Let's see.
So the second day will go by. It'll be too late for you to leave on the second day. But he basically plans, if you wish to leave on the third day, he will prepare a nice breakfast for you before you head out.
Nice. Well, before we leave, since we keep records of all those who come by here in order to start the path, let's assist you in, at long last, adding a new chapter to your records.
He's like, yeah,
Do some
I could do a sketch in the morning and take a couple of, just maybe an hour or two. If you don't mind leaving a little later, I would be most honored to draw your likeness into the scrolls of the path.
Yeah, we're obviously in no hurry, so yeah.
Yep. And I will also give him my the heraldic symbol for the Warren family.
Okay, so
Add to
you can
this.
describe it to, and he'll draw it out, and y'all can get it right. He'll put that in there. A couple hours. You get a good breakfast on the third day, and in a couple hours, he draws some pretty good likenesses. He's actually not bad, and you can see that the scrolls over time, the art has really improved, and he's actually pretty good. So, pretty good likeness of you both. And he kind of journals and chronicles his day and time and kind of a thing, which really closely coincides your calendar, not off by far. They don't exactly have just the 28-day cycles, but you're kind of approximating. It's days here are basically the same length of time. So with that, your likeness is drawn, information given. He says, well, before you go, actually in the morning, before you're like really walking out, it's like there's one last thing I would like to give you, as it does seem I would not have any more need of this. And he brings out some studded leather armor and a shield. He says, I know it's not much, but I did my best to adjust the fittings, either for you, Master Dwarf, or you, and the shield
definitely
would
for the
be,
human.
and the shield is one that I used to practice with. It was quite fun back in the day, as a youngling, doing some sparring, but I saved it just in case anything may have happened. But as it seems my years are coming to an end, I don't think I will be needing this, and so I would think it would be best to pass it on to you who will walk the path, giving you a little bit of an edge over those who have walked the path before.
Greatly appreciated. Bomber, do you want to wear that? The studded leather?
Vonmar on mute.
Bomber?
Vonmar is speechless.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. So, yeah, thank you for that, and definitely both are for our human here.
Okay. So he's got a suit of studded leather and a shield.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I can just between you and me, I mean, I can do Shield of Faith now, and I can pop Shield if I need to. So I can add 7 to my AC if I need to.
Okay.
So yeah, wear that.
I will add it.
As you're leaving, he's like, one last thing. He hands you a small bag, like handheld bag. As he passes it to you, you can hear the jingle of coins. He's like, is anyone you come across? Perhaps you can buy yourselves a nice round of ale or anything you might need that I did not have in this old man's shack. Inside the bag, there are 50 gold pieces.
Only if you can spare it, my friend. You have done quite a bit already.
He's like, I haven't had the need of coin for I can't tell you how long. And I have a few pieces left just in case. But as I said, this is probably the last I will see of someone coming through here. And I would like it to go with those who are destined and determined to walk the whole path.
Well, we graciously accept.
Here.
So he's got the holy symbol all done and up and everything.
Yeah, it's all done. Looks good.
So
It's got it on it's basically on a cord, and you can hang it around your neck.
So I put that on. If you don't mind, just give me just a few seconds here. I'm going to do sending.
Okay.
And sending does say it crosses planes.
It does cross planes.
Let me go to, I think I see Skip online. Let me do a sending spell to Skip's character. Ask
Wilhelm.
him. Yeah, Wilhelm. So, are you okay? We're on the plane of Asgard. We're following a path that will hopefully get us back to the valley.
All right. If Wilhelm is online, he can respond in 25 words or less. If not, then you'll have to wait for an answer, or I'll give you my best guess. Wilhelm can either type that to me in a message, or he can type that into the Discord chat if he is
Or watching stream chat.
Yeah, or he can watch stream chat. As there will be a message in Wilhelm's head, wherever Wilhelm is.
25 words and the approximating obscenities come back.
Yeah, what the hell?
It probably starts with effing noble, and yeah.
Good call. So AJ, just for my records, what day did we step into the portal?
It would have been in mid-September. Mid to late September.
So he's asking one in Discord or directly to you. I guess in Discord's fine, right?
Yeah, you can put it in Discord.
Yeah, so in Discord's fine, Skip.
Either or. You can send it 25 words or less. You can send it to me directly, or you can send it to Discord.
Mark up that third level spell.
And yes, your magic spell. Alrighty. So while he's working on that, you guys are heading out.
Yes, sir. So I do want to cast Power Word Fortify.
Okay.
Giving 60 temporary hit points to each of us.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Just in case, you never know.
Just in case you never know.
Yeah.
And thank him proficiently, profusely. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your hospitality. You've been most helpful. And if there's kind of blessing that you can bestow, since you are Dragonborn and this is the path of the Dragonborn on us, I would be most grateful. Since you are of the cleric persuasion.
He's like, it would be my honor. And basically he throws the bless spell.
Okay, that's
And he'll concentrate on it
Nice.
as long as he can.
all right. Well, I'll definitely bow to him and thank him for that, and we'll head on.
You can see him smile, and just as you make it out and look back one last time, it's like there's this glint of a tear that's kind of coming down his eye as he kind of figures this might be the last time he actually sees people.
It looked like one more thing, sir. So I
yes, as he wipes it away real
as
quick.
you are of the cleric persuasion, do you know of the sending spell?
It's like no. In fact, I've heard of the ability to send a message, but I do not know how to cast the spell.
So I have that ability. If you would like, I can keep you updated at the end of each day as to our progress.
He's like, that would actually be quite welcoming to hear of your progress.
I'll keep you. I mean, you can reply with 25 words or less when I do that to you.
Well, I will keep that in mind.
Right.
However, I cannot help you or assist
Understood.
you.
Understood. It's just for your journal, if nothing else.
Got you. Thank you very much.
Sure. All right. Let's be on.
All
So it
right.
says southwest, right?
Yep. So you head down the road and you begin to walk. Your journey, kind of a little bit of time. You manage to come across, after several miles and maybe about a day of walking, you come across some crossroads and you pick a direction. You just kind of keep going. And there's no really right or wrong way. You just kind of are trusting your instincts as you move. You come across some caravans and some small villages where you are able to meet with various folk. There are humans. There's a few dragonborn. You find some halflings, and maybe a gnome is there. It seems to be kind of the general mix of population that you're seeing on this bird. They all seem very friendly, kind. They're all dressed in this very similar fashion to the clothes that you are wearing. But you are able to buy anything from general goods with the 50 gold that you were given, if there is something. So let's go ahead and go through. It'll be about let's go through 5 days. So your rations have run out for you guys. So you would need to buy some more rations.
So I do have great food and water.
Okay, perfect. Or you could have used create food and water instead of using your rations.
Right. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yep, yep. As we're encountering people, I'll ask them if anyone knows the old man Balroga at Drackelford, and has anybody gone to visit him recently? And
A lot
he
of
just came.
no's. But you can give me a gather information check.
Gather
So basically, be a base
information.
charisma
Be a
check.
base charisma, right?
Yeah, based off your charisma.
Ready?
+0 for me. I'm at +0 now. Yay! Oh,
A
19 for
whopping
me.
12.
Shit.
Ah,
Hey, nice.
well, Vonmer finds somebody who has heard of the Hermit of Dracofjord, but nobody you come across knows him personally, and most people don't even know about him. They're like, you kind of describe the way you've come, and they're like, oh, nobody goes down that road. It goes to the. They all know it kind of goes to the end of the Earthberg, and there's nothing down there. It's what most of them think. But you do find a person who knows of the old Hermit of Dracofjord.
Oh, cool. And these are all Dragonborn that we run into so far, right?
No, human. They're mostly human. There are a few dragonborn and a few halflings amongst them, and then kind of there's like a one-off of a gnome here and there.
Any other dwarfs that we run into, or
No,
am
you
I
haven't,
getting
haven't run
like
into
a
any
weird look?
dwarves on this bird. At least not yet.
But no weird looks, no.
No weird looks. Everybody's
All right.
nobody even treats you any different as you approach. Of course, you're wearing similar clothes to them, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you ask about dwarves, there are dwarves that are in Asgard. They collect usually near the mountains. Yeah, they come out every once in a while, but nobody has any issues.
All right, perfect. Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. All right, perfect. So 50 gold. Anything that you're dying to get? I should have said
I'm
it.
in decent stuff. I'm more worried about you, my friend. I mean, for
How much you said it started leather?
for
That cost.
studded leather is 45. You could get, but it doesn't weigh much.
Yeah, I don't think we'll afford much than that. Um,
Uh, Hide armor gives you basically is going to give you basically the same, and it's only 10 gold.
oh, okay. What's the
It'll give you
difference?
a base armor of 12 plus a maximum of 2 for your dex modifier, and I know your dexterous is all get out.
Yeah, it's only a +1s. Yeah, so yeah, let's go. If we can buy high, that'd be awesome. I'll get that. And Skip has replied back in
Yep.
Discord. So all alive, armed, armored, in Shadowfell, dark version of Siren, Ghost King rule with resistance now, rescuing dwarf. G. No particle. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's
There
his
you
reply.
go.
So okay, so they're alive. That's all I need to know. All right, cool.
Yeah, it says for anyone who just listening, all alive, armed, armored, in Shadowfell, dark version Saren, Ghost King rule, with resistance now, rescuing dwarf, she show portal back to our plane. So you get a response from Wilhelm.
All right, cool. All right, so they're kicking. That's all I care about. All right, so I put the so track. Are you keeping track of the gold there?
I've got 50 gold, subtracting
Yeah,
10 for your hide armor.
yeah. I just put the hide on. All right, cool.
I would certainly like. It would be nice to have a rope.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, maybe
So
a
I'll
grappling hook.
subtract
How
a
much is a
gold
grappling hook? We gotta do some climbing or
for
something.
that.
It doesn't come with a grappling hook, but you can buy one.
All right, how much is a grappling hook?
A grappling hook is 2 GP.
Yeah, I probably recommend getting rope and grappling hook.
All right.
Are there parachutes?
Let me
Wait,
just-
Yeah, got a jetpack. Can we get a jetpack? Is that possible?
Rope.
There's some rope up here. I do not think you would use it, except my help, as I'm only waiting around to kill you.
All right. Other than that, Let's grab a. Well, you've got create food and water, yes?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
How many times I said third level spell? So I got crap with this third level spell slots, I believe. Let me check. Spells. Yeah, I got 3 spell slots for that, so we should be good. I'll make sure I save one.
All right.
Oh, a way to make fire. A tinderbox would be nice,
Oh, there you go.
just in case.
Maybe some
I
torches.
got a firebolt. I can kind of kick it off.
Oh, yeah, that could. Okay. Cool. Let's. There's carrying on, wandering about.
All right.
If when we encounter the Dragonborn, we will ask them if they know of the path.
Mm,
The path.
they do not. I mean, you kind of, talk about it or, mention it by the path of the dragon or the path or the way, or none of them are like, they haven't heard of it. Except for the guy that you talked to that knows the old hermit.
There's the hermit.
He's like, yeah, I think he guards some kind of trek or mission. It's like, it's old legend.
It's all poppycock.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I think he's, poor guy just out there and had to think of something to do. I mean, but it does ring a bell with him, but most people don't know about it. In fact, actually, with his talk, it's not a highly advertised thing. Even your talk with Balroga, it is mostly about your journey and not really other people's journey. In fact,
Yeah,
if they don't know you're walking it, it's almost all the better.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, cool.
Interesting. All right.
All
Once
right,
I
so
kind of get that feel for what's going on, we'll stop mentioning it.
yeah.
Not a problem.
So basically, we're just walking along, waiting till our tattoos to start itching, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So, about, I'm going to say another week goes by. As next,
So we've been here, what, 2 weeks so far?
yeah,
Then?
about 2 weeks. You are coming upon what you have heard is a town called Cyberit. That is spelled.
So I would do a sending to my brother, let him know that we're still kicking at
Okay.
the church. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, we were worried about you. What do we tell? What do we tell everyone? When will you be back?"
Okay, so the next time I do a sending, I'll let him know, unknown so far. Yeah.
Okay. He's like, okay. Basically, same kind of
You
updates.
maybe might mention tell the Marquis's wife he's alive.
Probably the Marquis won't be sending too, I bet you. So yeah, we'll do that in 1 or 2 weeks as well.
Update the, basically the Yellow Death is still kind of going on. Nothing has really changed. I mean, they're holding ground as best they can against it. It's still gloom. It's like, wish you were back here, but it's like, we'll do our best. Let's see. What was I looking for? Here we go. I was going to put the name of this town in your Discord.
Cool.
Cyber.
Cyber.
Yes. So, Cyber. Coming into this town, this is probably the first, town that you have actually seen. Not necessarily was it the closest, per se. It's just the every time you came to a fork in the road, there was no, you were like, which way do we go? You could hash it out, for a while and pick one. It's like you kept waiting for, your arm to do something, but it never did. But anyway, let's see. So, Cybert seems to have a lake nearby. Fishing seems to be part of its economy. Trade as well. As you kind of come into the town is kind of similar to Velspar in look, if you will, with a little bit of maybe Norse influence, you can definitely see. But kind of in a, not a mountainous, not a plain, a little more trees than like Imdel would have. kind of a little reminiscent of Belspar from where you are. As you kind of come into this town, suddenly your arms begin to feel a slight tingle.
Bitchin'. So AJ, I always start each day off with a power word fortify and 60
Not a
pin
problem.
points to each of us.
Okay, sounds good. As your arms start to tingle, you kind of like you look at each other. Both of your arms are tingling, kind of at the same time.
Are you feeling that? I'm feeling. Are you feeling that?
You decide to go ahead and probably ask some questions to find out, about the town. As you do, you quickly learn that there is the governor of Cybrit is offering a small fortune for an urgent rescue mission. The governor can be found at a manor, at the governor's manor.
Well, Governor, shall we go talk to the governor?
Sounds like noble business to me.
Right.
Alrighty. So, place you guys here. And pull you to the board. There you go. Governor's Manor is a large house amongst some smaller manor houses that are spread around. And people are nice enough and just kind of, they look at you when you come by just because, oh, somebody just walked by me. But that's about it. There's not like a major, it's not like you're used to, like where there'd be militia and things like that. It's just very different from home.
Oh, Vonmer, if you don't have inspiration over the course of a couple of days, I certainly would have given it to you.
Ah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, time to turn on the noble swagger.
Right.
Rescue mission, huh? Well then.
Oh, like right up our alley. I don't know.
Indeed. We'll go. Well, first, let's we'll go by and we'll have a chat with one of the passers-by.
Actually, this boy was walking towards your direction as he saw you approach the front door. Hello, good morning. Good day. However you prefer.
Good morning.
Are you here to see the governor?
Yes. We've heard there might be a bit of trouble that he might be needing help with, but certainly could use a little bit of more insight before we put trouncing in.
Oh, of course, yeah. Allow me. And he kind of like dusts his hands, off his pants and basically, walks past you towards the doorway. Let's see here. He walks up to the door, and he opens it. He comes inside. He's like, well, let's see here. Oh, looking over there. Perhaps she's upstairs. Yes. Perhaps she's upstairs. Here, follow me. This way.
So if I may, before we get too carried away with this, I want to pop enhanced ability charisma on Kyle.
Okay. Means you are concentrating on that.
Yes.
Hello, boys. You see some. Now, these actually look like guards, or what you would kind of think maybe are militia, maybe governor's guards or something. As they kind of seem to pay no attention. That two armed men are just kind of walking past.
All right, cool.
That means they either don't care or they're good.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Whatever kind of inference you want to make, right? Yeah.
Uh, let's see here. Where
Of
am
course,
I?
everything is nicely sheathed and
There we go.
Peace tide.
shield slung over the back. Oh, good job.
Up ahead, you see a woman dressed in very nice clothes, talking with two what also look to be like, militia or guards at a table, which you would recognize as like a strategy or a map table or, I mean, it doesn't have to be for war. It can often be for duties or field work, just it's a map of the area probably. Governor, I have two people here who seeking an audience. He's like, and yes, and once they're finished with those fields, why don't we go ahead and move the hay over to here? That way we can start the second field. They're like, yes, Governor. We'll get right on that. And they will kind of walk around the other way and kind of dismiss themselves. So there's a couple other guys that are up here next to some bunks and barracks. They're just standing, chatting. He's like, oh, well, there you go. I'm almost finished with the well. I'll get on to the stable next. Very good. Thank you. And he takes off. So, gentlemen, you seek an audience. Please. What can I do?
Indeed, Madam Governor. Our apologies for interrupting the day-to-day menageries of running an operation.
Yeah, not terribly difficult. Just a minor quandary in one of the fields where one of the bulls ran through the field of corn and kind of interrupted some process. I have a broken plow, but it'll be fixed.
I sympathize. Makes me fine for home. But in any case, we hear you are in need of someone for a rescue operation.
Indeed. Well, fortune. It is quite difficult to find those willing to undertake such types of activity these days. But I am. Please. Let's see where to begin. Tell me, what do you know of the tale of the Eternal Garden?
Unfortunately, we're not local, so we know very little of the general surroundings we find ourselves in.
I
We're
see.
traveling.
Well, let me explain this another way. I am looking for, well, I would call it a rescue mission, if you will. There have been, well, let's see. My niece, Juliana, well, she had taken a liking to a boy, Orlando. Unfortunately, their families were, how shall we say, feuding, and the two have decided to run away. This having been actually...
Romeo and Juliet tale here.
This has actually been some time ago, going on about 2 years now, when, well, we learned of an old tale of Carowin and Porphyra. Have you heard those names before?
No, sir.
The tale of Carowin and Porphyra's garden, an eternal garden, a magical paradise created by two lovers ages ago. The legend states that the entrance to the garden lies deep within a crystal cave that whispers secrets of the future to those brave or foolish enough to enter. It is now my belief that Juliana and Orlando may have gone seeking this garden and entered said cave. In time, I know the cave, which lays about a day's travel from here, has been entered, but very few have come back with anything other than some haunting memories of voices and nothing else to be found. But I came across an interesting letter, which I do believe which leads me to believe that the two may have gone into said cave, seeking this eternal garden in order to escape their families. It has been a long time, and the families have actually put aside their feuding in hopes of finding the two lovers. And, well, it is why I am bringing this to you, in order to perhaps find them, bring them home, to tell them that their families do indeed miss them, and that they would be welcomed, and their union would be held in high regard and respected. I can't offer much, but the treasure troves do have 5,000 gold, with which we would offer anyone who could bring them back.
Do I detect any bit of subterfuge in what she's telling us?
No, you can give me an insight check.
And I'll go ahead and use my heroic inspiration and on top of that, I will use a maneuver dice to add to that. I believe I have. Where is it? What's it called? Other maneuver.
You're using a what's it called dice. I don't know. What's
Yep.
it called?
Tactical assessment. I can expend a dice in order to add one of my superiority dice to an insight check. So I'll re-roll that and add a d10 to it.
Alrighty.
A d10, which is a good thing I did. So 18.
An 18. And you do not detect any subterfuge in her voice. In fact, honesty. It seems kind of weird, but everyone here in Asgard seems to be, well, fairly pleasant, upfront, accepting, peaceful, and honest.
How
Something is obviously wrong. No.
Something's wrong with it. What is going on here?
Well, if we're going to rescue them, they may want a little more than just the word of strangers. Is there anything we could give them that would be from their families that would allow them to know that they are indeed less than acknowledged if they wish to be together?
You can tell them that they have Isabella's blessing. That is me. If you were to say my name, if you were to say my name, then they would know that you have at least talked to me. And if I give my blessing, they would know that the message had come from me.
And Isabella, what if they want to remain?
Well, the reward is if you can convince them to come home.
Right.
Their families do miss them. And the feud has long been settled. And I would so long to see my niece again.
Very well. We shall take upon ourselves this rescue mission.
So you are seeking, I will put this in your notes, Juliana and Orlando. And this is the popular tale that she can give you. She doesn't have any other details other than this.
Perfect.
It is in the crystal, what is called a crystal cave, which lies about 1 day away. And she can give you directions. Actually, she will point it out on the map up here.
Even better.
Yeah. So she points it. It's like You follow this path, and you go here, down here, and it's off to the side. And shouldn't be much fun.
Oh, the Yellow Brick Road. All right, cool.
He's like, now personally, she's never been to it. She just knows of it. So she wouldn't be able to tell you that. She wouldn't be able to tell you this is what it looks like when you see it. She doesn't know that.
Right. Have you heard about what we might expect inside the cave and in the garden itself?
No, that's everything she's known. Is she just gave you in those couple of sentences. Right. That's all she really knows about it.
All right, fair enough.
She does so. The families have sent, especially Orlando's family, has sent adventurers looking for them before, not necessarily to the cave, but out, and all have come back with nothing. So.
Very well.
Yay, thank you for following or subscribing. Alrighty.
All right.
And
so
we shall there. Yeah.
All right.
If we've got the time to get there, then we shall trek.
Yeah.
Anything dangerous out there in the wilderness we should be aware of?
As far as she's aware, the roads and the paths are completely very safe. Asgard's a very safe place. What the cave may hold, she would not have the first idea. I mean, you look around, it's like, yes, they have guards, they have militia, but you're kind of using your tactical assessment to size them up. You can tell that these guys don't work hard. You're like, yeah, some of them are a little stouter than others. You got some of the gym rats, but these guys don't work hard. I mean,
there's also a beer gut or two in that mix.
More than one.
Hey, easy there, my friend. Easy now.
Around or mid-loop to loop it. I can relate.
Easy there. All right. We shall. I do have a spell that's called a sending spell. If we find them and we're able to retrieve them, we'll let you know, and I can communicate to you in 25 words, and you can reply back with 25 words or less once I make contact with you. Is that acceptable?
That is fine with her. She doesn't
right, cool.
fully understand, but she'll figure it out.
All right, I told her. All right, I filled her in. All right, cool. All right, let's do it.
And there's the governor's name, Governor Isabella Volcari.
Okay, cool.
All righty. So you guys head. All right. We'll do a little time, unless you guys want to try to buy anything in town or do anything in town.
I think we're about tapped out. I think we're good.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we still got 30 something gold left, but it'd be nicer if we had,
more.
Two more resources to work with.
If you want to spend it on anything before you head out, please do so now.
I think we're good. I don't know what else we need.
All right.
Just a little bit of ink so I can mark my shield with my heraldry.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can do that. All righty. Go ahead and pay a lifestyle payment as you will rest there for the evening, and this is in a town.
Gonna be.
You can do modest, which is a gold apiece.
Yeah, whatever I need to maintain equipment. Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Yep.
And you begin your journey the next morning, setting out after a light little breakfast at one of the little local taverns, and you head out. You follow the directions that you were given, and they're pretty spot on, even to the point where you're supposed to detour off of the road. A couple of landmarks you were given seem to flesh out, and just as nightfall is coming, you come across what definitely appears to be a crystal cave.
Woo. Yeah, that's crystally all right.
Birdie. Oh, shit, if this last is short, right?
Alrighty. And let me see here.
Do you have the light cantrip?
Probably not. So I don't think I need it. But let me see if I get lucky here.
Honor's like, I don't need it.
I do not.
Not. Aw. I was gonna have you cast it on my sword so I wouldn't feel so like.
You want it to glow just a little bit, just for reminiscent, or what?
Yeah.
Have anything
So far, I didn't talk much, but it was nice having the glow around.
Yeah, it's one thing we didn't give us torches. I guess. Well, I see some light in the caves, but I guess we'll be all right.
It
Caves
is
glow.
It is dark in the caves. It will be dim light all the way through, unless you come to no light. Right now, it appears to be dim.
All right. Can we
Ceilings,
fashion a torch in case we need it, or?
a large arch with some glowing bioluminescent crystals sits in front of a 20-foot high cave entrance that bristles with stalactites. They're small, nothing huge. The cave bears very little illumination. This will be dim light, at least for now. So there will be, some
Can you rub some bioluminescence on your sword
there will
and
be
shield,
some
maybe?
modifiers. Well, the bioluminescence are coming from crystals.
Oh, okay.
You can't really rub them on your sword.
Is there a loose crystal somewhere laying that is glowing?
It would only give you dim light.
That's fine, just so
Better in
long
the
as I
darkness, right?
have
Yeah,
a little piece.
Yeah,
a little piece that would be nice. That way, just in case we come across it
Right.
where there is no light, I will have a tiny bit.
Yeah, you can crack one off. So for Tailspire, I am giving you more light than you have, just
Okay. All right. Cool.
for
Yep.
setting's sake. For
There's plenty of light
aesthetics.
in here, man. What's the matter? There's tons of light.
You want me to give you the real light? All
No. That's good. That's good.
right.
So, yeah. And for the record, this is an oversight Kel would totally make because he hadn't had a need for a torch in
Right. Yeah. You haven't
years.
needed that for quite a while. Right? I don't need no stinking torch.
Alrighty. As you begin to move in,
I actually don't have disadvantage on stealth anymore, man. This is amazing.
uh,
We'll go in and perception check.
yes. So, looking down this hallway, the vaulted cavern here is about 40 feet across, 25 feet high in the center. The ground is flat and scuffed with muddy tracks. The walls are marked with initials and names carved into stone. There are 2 tunnels that lead deeper into darkness.
Assume the names are in
Actually,
pairs.
J and O. We see anything J and O? Anything like that?
Let me reset my compass. There we go. One to the east and one to the south.
Do we see any like J and O initials by chance? Do we
Let's
notice
see.
that?
Looking around.
I might let you take point, to be honest with you.
You see
Right.
old markings that were probably left in
Okay.
ink or charcoal or paint that are faded and illegible. However, as you search through, there is 2 initials that are carved into stone, circumscribed with a heart. C plus
Aw.
P.
T plus P, you said?
C plus P.
C is in cat.
Yeah, that's not where we're. Do we want to do like a K plus V in here?
Give me an insight check.
Insight. Where's my insight? Where's my sheet?
Plus
Insight. Where the hell did you go?
24 on the insight.
Nice.
Very good.
I got 24 as well.
Wow. Alrighty. So, it rings a bell to something that the governor said.
J plus P, her name was
There we go.
Isabel.
A certain phrase that the governor had mentioned. The tale of Carowin and Porphyra's garden. A C and a P.
Oh, okay, so this is their garden. All right.
Give me as you look at it, give me an Arcana check.
Oh, natural 20 for Bomber for 26.
Very well. Bomber,
Nice.
particularly since it is stone carving, notices these
Of course.
initials were not carved by tools. These are magical engravings, possibly using the spell Stone Shape.
Ah, nice. All right.
Mm.
Got some casters. And this is a J and P, you said, carved in here?
C.
A C and a P
C
for
and a P.
Caroline and Procurance.
Carowin.
C
Garden.
and
I put the
P.
names in
For Carol.
Discord.
All right, beautiful. All right, cool. Add that to my notes. Where'd my Discord go? There it is. All right, cool.
Where did my Discord go?
And carve with magic. All right, cool.
There's no direction indicator that would tell us which way to go.
No, there is not.
But they both probably going to lead to similar locations. Pick it.
Indeed. Everyone's natural inclination is to go right, so let's go right.
Do it.
Alrighty.
Got a slew of crystals over here. I guess any of these big ones we can pick up for light, or just are we go what we got? I guess.
And it's still dim.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, still did.
Down.
All right. Cool.
Yep. Get down some ways, and up there we'll have a nice stop and listen.
Okay.
Perception.
Let's see here.
Perception.
You notice you're hearing
Oh, natural 20 again.
small echoes of like footsteps. You're pretty sure they're your footsteps with your 25. You can hear
Yeah.
sounds of dripping of water. You're not sure exactly where it's coming from, as the echoes seem to, come from all directions. But it's not your water. You don't have water that's making sounds. But you're pretty sure the footsteps are yours.
Very good. Walking down the way.
Moving into this area, you notice that the chamber's vaulted ceiling increases up to about 80 feet high, and the walls get this smoothness, both to the walls and the floor. The stalactites here are almost non-existent, and in fact, your footsteps are falling. The sounds are coming very loudly. It's almost like your normal flip-flop is coming like thump. Actually, it'd be more thump, thump.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah.
No way to be quiet about this.
Yeah. You want to do a perception check here to see if we see anything here in the corner? Maybe a little bit of investigation.
Yeah, perception first.
Perception first. Yeah, I agree. Oh, net
I'm
one.
not very-
He's like taken by the glowy crystals.
Yeah, I got an 11.
All right. Let's do an investigation. I got +6. What you got, man? You good at investigation?
Oh, my investigation? No, I only got a +2.
You wanna
I'll
assist me?
assist you.
Checking. Oh, double 8. So for 14.
All right. As you kind of look and check around, walls are smooth. There doesn't seem to be anything hidden in this area. It's cave. You're not seeing the inscriptions. You're not seeing those down here either.
Right. Let's be on.
If we attempt to sneak, does it deaden our footfalls?
It might. Depends on the stealth. Your stealth check.
Depends on the roll, right?
So, just for shits and giggles, I kind of motioned to
wanna try it?
Bummer and it's like, let's. I do
I
my
give it a
best
shot.
Braylon impersonation.
It will be.
Was
Give it a shot.
It will be at disadvantage.
But I'm not wearing heavy armor. What the? But finally, man, I'm
You
straight
can't
up, man.
escape it, no matter what.
I know shit. What the
And
hell?
here, your
I will
stealth.
roll it, see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'll give it a shot.
I still roll a 12. It's not bad.
It's
I got 8.
it's not bad, but the guy behind you, it's like you can still hear the thump every once in a while.
I'm not used to being quiet, man. I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Thump. I mean, you're going as quietly as you can.
I got big dwarf feet, man. What the hell?
So even back here, the smoothness of the stones and the walls and the stalagmites, just not the normal functions you would see on these structures. They're just very smooth, probably adding to the acoustic effect that's going on here.
Most impressive. Doing a perception. 10 for perception for not much.
Yeah, I'm not much better right now. 12.
You gonna help me investigate real quick?
Sure.
Let's see what we got. 18 on investigation.
Yeah, looking around, you're fairly certain there's nothing that is hidden here. Nothing is inscribed or written. And God forbid if they were to chisel something, that must have been super loud because it would really echo.
Yeah, true.
A very curious chamber of smooth walls.
All right, we got the other way around. This rule is strange to me, man. Everybody's nice and there's nothing hidden. What the hell?
I know, right? What kind of parallel universe is this? We're moving here.
Yeah, right. What kind of thing?
Are there indeed 2 different colors of crystal?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Oh, okay.
You prefer
I
the
see
green
blue
over the
and green.
blue or what?
I was just thinking maybe we would need 2 colors. Thinking back to another of my characters that did not figure out colors fast enough.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't a matter of speed. It was more of a matter of we gave up.
Even under shock therapy.
Yeah, yep, that's true.
All right. Strolling down the way we do.
Yeah, strolling the way.
What a
On
cave.
hallway.
Yeah.
As you kind of move into this area here. Let's see here.
Just impressive.
Once again, large crystal formations. This one has a large center. The center of the cave goes all the way to the top. Once again, just now here though, the walls are not smooth. They're back to like natural cavern formation. It was only in that one little pocketed area where the walls were terribly smooth. Here, the natural cave formations look as you would expect.
So, did the smooth walls look worked for a dwarf? Did it look
No.
like somebody worked the walls?
These are well over there. Now it's almost
Yeah.
like the walls were. It would be almost like a perfect erosion, if you will.
Okay, all
But
right.
it doesn't look like
You
they
know
were tooled or worked by
It
hand.
wouldn't work. All right, cool. All right, sweet. All right, perfect.
Where this, ever since you left that little pocket, you're back to natural cave. And this is just seems to be a jut of natural cavern.
Interesting.
It's quite quiet.
Quite quiet.
Quiet. Apart from the echoes that came sound of follow your footfalls.
Hey, stop that.
Here we go.
So I had some fun building this, man. Wow.
This is pretty.
This was pain in the ass.
Party.
My kind of dungeon.
All right, 1 second. Let's see here.
Or wait just a second. So
Okay, so this area, as you come across here, the floor of this area, cavernous area, you can see begins to be dotted with speckled pieces of sand. Not all over the place, just little dirt deposits that are here and there. There are broken stalactites hanging from the ceiling, which is now about 30 feet above. The tunnel continues on to the south. It looks like it turns to the east. As you move into here, there is a sudden shift of air and a sound as several images begin to form basically out of thin air. These ghost-like images surround you, their faces twisted and horrible in a threatening manner. I need an initiative.
Oh shit! I only got a 14. Shit.
beat me.
Let's see here. Let's see, what's up? Yeah, Monmer got a 14. And Kel with his handy dandy 9. Alrighty. 1 second here while I'll set up the initiative order. There's the door. There's the door. Alright, let's see. We got the old Archbishop up first. Yep. Alrighty, Archbishop.
So I'm stepping to here, and I'm doing turn undead.
Turn
Wisdom 19 save for everything within 30 foot of me.
Alrighty. You channel that divinity. Wisdom 19 save. Let's see here. Oh. We're going to start with a natty 20 for that guy.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Followed up with a 5 and a 4.
All right, so I got Seer Undead 2. Let's see how much that is. Dagnabbit, where's my... Why don't I put this shit together with the turn undead stuff? Seer Undead, 5d8 if they fail. So any undead that fails takes 5d8 radiant. This does not break the effect. All right, so 5d8. Let me roll 5d8 for you.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Yep.
24 points of damage
All
to
right.
the ones that failed.
Yeah. So B and C basically evaporate as you produce your holy symbol, and yeah,
Very well made holy symbol, by the way.
you're like, it worked. Oh, oop, I made everybody disappear.
Why'd we disappear?
Yeah.
What the hell? It worked too well.
Oh, that was great.
What the hell?
Son of a gun.
I got Morden. Shit, that's awesome.
Alrighty. After Vonmer goes, but before Kill goes, let's see. Need to drag one of these in here. Yeah. Just gonna have to use just an old booze. Can't believe I forgot this one.
Strange. How are lovers supposed to get through the end of this if they encounter these things?
Oh, what the hell?
Only one. And it is, I don't think it's large. Oh no, it is large. It drops from the ceiling. As it does, it has a pseudopod, which will lash out. Let's see. 1 and 2 will be Kel. 3 and 4 will be Vonmer. As yeah, you made the noise. Back, you foul beasts. This thing goes sploosh onto the ground, and a pseudopod. Oh, a natural 20. Look at that.
Silvery. No, I don't. I'm not a dagnabbit. No, I can't do that.
Silvery cleric.
Wait. Do I have? I thought I picked up. No, never mind. All right, yeah, hit me.
Wow, 26 points of acid damage.
Ouchie. Me 6.
Yeah.
Got it.
Alrighty. Let me add him to the initiative order because he is right between you two. His color is not black. It is kind of a ochreish, orangey gray. Not
I have a taupe pudding.
Yeah. Kel.
Ew.
Yeah.
My turn?
Yep.
Alright. I will move forward. Pull the long sword and see if I can't swing at this apparition here.
All right.
Let's give it a go. Or swing. A 14.
14 is a hit.
Cool. Let's lash it for a whopping 4 points of damage.
Got it. It's your sword kind of goes mostly
isn't it?
through it, but it seems to tear a little bit at the apparition, not having full effect.
Okay. We'll do a... the thing doesn't look like it's carrying any weapons, does it?
Does not.
Alright, very well. Then, let's do straight swing. Second
I didn't even think
swing.
about that. These things could have been friendly, man.
That is
25 to
Yep,
hit.
That's a hit.
Cool. And there we go. 11 points of damage.
Got it. Again, tearing at the fabric of its reality, but it only like partially kind of pulls pieces away.
Yeah. And then third swing, I will give myself advantage with the fainting attack. Advantage. There we go. There's the natural 20.
Nice.
There we go.
So, and that will
What's
be...
the spirit do, Silvery Barb?
It casts silvery, but no.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Not today.
That would be 11 plus another 10, 21 points of damage.
Alrighty. A very good tear into it. It is like flickering on the edge of reality.
Heck with it. Action surge. Let's swing at it again.
Oh, the heck with it. Action surge.
18 to hit.
And that is a hit.
That will be 8 points.
And with that one, it fades into nothingness.
Nice.
See the ochre over there, so I will turn around. I will actually drop the longsword because we'll hit it with the longsword. We'll see what happens. I have a sneaking suspicion what will, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see here. 17 to hit.
17 is a hit.
5 points of damage.
All right. As you slash into it, instead of it doing damage, it actually breaks into a second one as it merely just cuts it in half.
Crap.
Do they seem smaller?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think I made two. There we go. Call that one B.
I will. Ew. Then.
Oh no, they both are small.
Not yet.
Yep, one size small.
Okay. So then I will swing at B for my second, or for my last swing.
Come here,
And I will
boyo.
do a distracting strike on it. 12 to hit though.
All right. AC 12 is a hit.
Oh, cool. So it will be plus distracting.
You goobers.
14 points of damage, and the distracting strike. Next attack roll against the target by an attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of my next turn.
Alrighty. Well, that one also splits.
And that was Bravo. You did that too.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh wait, did you hit? Which one split? Did you hit again? A or B?
So I hit A the first time, and then I hit B the second time.
Got it. Nope. Shit. Stop trying to make it unique.
I think we fought these before.
Go make it a C. There we go. All right. So that one splits. Alrighty. Let's see. Well, those guys are gone. So, Bonmer.
All right, let's do All right, so the one that have advantage, Bravo. I'm going to move to hopefully get a straight line. I should be able to get a straight line shot from where I'm at, right?
Or I don't know. What are you trying to do?
For Bravo, guiding bolt to Bravo.
Oh yeah. You can shoot Bravo. I mean, he's got cover, but their AC sucks.
Good
anyway.
advantage, though, right? Yeah.
Well, you have AC. You don't have advantage.
I thought I got advantage because Kyle just hit it with something, right?
No.
But the distracting strike.
Oh,
When
distracting
I hit a
strike.
creature with
Ah.
attack roll,
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, distracting strike. Gotcha. Yes, advantage.
All right, so I'm going to do guiding pulse level guiding bolt at Bravo with advantage.
Guiding bolt. Yes.
Hey, come on, 23 to hit.
That hit.
Damage. 31 points of damage.
Alrighty. Let's see here. So, gotta do my maths.
Yeah. It's still kicking. The next hit has advantage on it as well.
That one is not still kicking.
All right, cool.
As B goes splat. That takes.
nice. Well done.
That's all I'm doing. I'm good.
Alrighty. Alright. They both attack Kel using their pseudopods. Reach out and attack Kel. First one is a horrible AC 11. Second one is an AC 22.
That hits.
Alrighty, 16 points of acid damage.
Got it.
Sting. Yep. You're noticing the sword isn't doing much other than just splitting them. Doesn't seem to be doing any necessarily damage.
I will sheath the sword and it's not doing it. It's not necessarily doing any damage per se. Okay. Cool. Can I pommel strike with the sword and change it to bludgeoning?
It'd be improvised weapon, but yeah.
All right. Improvise.
So you don't have a
weapon, I should-
proficiency bonus. Let me just click.
Hit it with a flat side.
So it
or-
would be.
Yeah.
So it would just be a D20 roll plus 3 then.
Plus your strength. Yeah.
I see.
And then the damage
So, all right.
damage on improvised weapon, I believe, is a D4 plus your strength.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay.
So rolling a D20, and that would be a natural 20.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, there.
Which one are you hitting? A or C?
We will hit C.
Okay.
And
So
again, distracting
2d4
strike with
should be 2d4 plus 3.
and again, distracting strike with that. Roll 2d4. So that's a total of 9, and then distracting strike. And it's 17 points of damage.
Alrighty. You
Nice.
like basically it's like smacking a carton of milk, and like the ooze just goes splat against the wall and just ceases to basically move or exist.
Well done.
Just the whole thing just,
Sweet.
I mean, it's like smacking
All right.
crap. It just splattered.
Yeah. I'll turn around and pommel strike the second one.
Okay.
Which will be a 19 to hit.
And that is a hit.
That will be for 7 points of damage.
Got it.
And then a third swing is only a 7 on that one.
That is a miss.
All right.
All right.
All right. That is my turn.
All right. Bomber.
Wisdom 19, save on the one that's left for Toll the Dead.
19. Toll the Dead. Let's see. It comes up with a 6. Do your D12s.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, shake the screen. Come on, give me something. Oh, there you go. 35 points of damage.
35 points of damage. And it basically goes splat as that one also
Nice.
just turns into basically a puddle. And they are done for.
Nice.
I missed the elf, but all right.
You had a
Even
warhammer.
without our regular gil, we still got it.
Alrighty.
We ain't as good as we once was, but we're
Right.
still good.
Because
As we
wherever it
ever-
was.
That's right. We bad. We bad. We bad.
Keep on rolling. Let's not get cocky. Let's not get cocky. Let's not get cocky. That's how one dies. All right.
Alrighty.
Like, something oozes with the pommel of my sword is not my ideal method of combat.
You still got, yeah, you got 44 attempts left. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
Anything else?
Before we
There was
leave,
nothing to check, right?
investigate.
Ah.
Yeah, just investigate everything just to check on
Alright.
stuff.
Go for it.
You wanna
Give me
assist
an
me?
investigation.
All right.
I will assist you.
me?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Where's
Yep.
my great job? Investigation with advantage. Oh well. 16.
16. You do manage to find what appears to be in one of the back places, back sides of this cavern. There it is. A body of what looks to be a decades dead knight, if you're not mistaken. The armor is
Oh.
completely rusted and rotted.
Oh, bummer.
It's impaled on a stalagmite. But there he lies. In the back.
Anything on the body? Yeah, anything on the body?
There is a necklace, which is hanging around the warrior's neck. It does appear to have a pretty good value. You'd probably say 20, 25 gold. There is scattered around the floor beneath him 8 platinum pieces, 22 gold pieces, and a yellow topaz worth about 250 gold pieces.
Nice. 250 GP, you said?
Adding that to the Discord. And
Nice.
a necklace, which is in remarkable shape.
So I don't think I can identify, but I can detect. But I think it's pretty obvious it might be magical. I don't have any ID. I don't think there's any point in blowing to detect magic. It's going to be magical.
He's so confident.
Well, I mean, we're not going to be doing anything until we do a short rest anyway. So
I know, right?
yeah, we're not going to do
I'm not casting detect magic because I am confident it is magic.
Well, it's not good. We're going to keep it. I mean, regardless, we can check it out on a short rest.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Got it.
Let's head home. Save the spell.
All right. Good catch on the investigating. I almost forgot.
I was wondering.
That was your call there, man. Shit.
I wonder if they're gonna. Just hoop up alone.
Yep.
All right. Continuing to move. You see the speckles of dirt kind of are here and there throughout the cavern. You can tell that something has changed to add this loose dirt in the way, down here. It's just a different anomaly from the very beginning of the cavern. Apart from that, the cave walls are still natural. The crystals still kind of flowing here. The echoes of your footsteps still fall heavily within the cave.
The dirt's not thick enough to see any footprints in yet, is it?
No, it is. They're very speckled.
Interesting. So I wonder if the goo that we found earlier is eating the walls, or if it's just natural.
That might be a good plan. Why it's so smooth.
Who knows?
Well, it was only in that one little pocket where those walls were smooth. Down here is all natural cavern.
I got a 10 on perception, so I probably didn't see shit.
Yeah, I mean, you see what's there. Nothing seems to be hidden.
Yeah,
I got 19.
No, nothing seems to be hidden.
All right, I'm going to investigate.
Yep, I'll assist.
All right, let's see.
Or nothing if not thorough.
30-20.
Yep. Nothing is hidden. You look around, you're even looking for small nicks and treasures or anything that's, tucked away, but nothing.
All right, let's head on.
Nothing if not thorough.
Right.
The bad guy in Rescuers Down Under say once, I didn't graduate to 3rd grade for nothing.
For nothing.
Another alcove.
Yep. Another alcove.
Rinse and repeat.
Beautiful cave. I mean, the natural formations and the beauty of the cave are something to actually behold. As you guys,
I am beholding. That's about all I'm beholding. I got a 5% or 8 perception.
You're just overwhelmed by.
Overwhelmed by the sheer beauty.
Yeah, it's overwhelmed by the sheer beauty.
And investigate.
Investigating.
No.
12.
Nothing seems.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Anything on the centerpiece?
Nope. Just nice, large stalagmite, actually. That's just Just has crystals on it. The whole goal of this is to lull you into a false sense of security.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Perception here because I see we're at a crossroads.
Sort of. Only one of which seems to have a path that kind of moves forward.
18 perception on that one.
Ooh,
Oh, I lost something.
Yeah, don't do anything.
Where'd we go? Where'd who go?
Where'd who go?
All right, so
High volume
anything for one
crackle.
way or the other. Nothing. Looks like we got
Well,
a
it's
dead end
like
over the left. Let's take care of that.
Yep.
Perception over
A
here.
cursory investigation here.
Oh man, I'm still struck by the sheer beauty. All right, investigation. Hang on. Oh, 19. There you go. 25 on investigation for that one.
A 25 on investigation. Nothing. It
Okay, cool.
is just as you see it. I swear to God, this is. There we go. Finally got it.
Down in
Little
here.
bastard.
Ooh, it is dark over here.
It is dark.
Receive with a 26 on the perception. Hey.
No, nothing. Natural, nice formations. Once again, just kind of being lulled by the beauty.
It's gonna be a 25 on investigation.
No, nothing.
Nothing. All right, blowing on my good rolls for there's nothing, man.
You
I'd rather
are
be
very
nice
certain.
and-
It's like
I'm very sure there's nothing here. No worries.
moving up in this direction. This
Uh-oh.
large cavern has a little bit more of an irregular shape. The bare rock floor forms a shallow depression that contains a pool of mud fed by what looks to be a stream yonder.
Yonder stream.
Yep. The stream flowing in from the south and the east. Near the west side of the pool are two mounds of dried mud. Basically
Not
Do we see
conspicuous at all.
Oh.
All right.
any footprints in the mud?
not from where you're standing.
I shall go up and see if we can see any.
Alrighty.
Do a perception check real quick. Who knows?
Yep. The mud
I
doesn't
get-
look
yeah.
oozy, does it?
Yeah, right. This is where the ooze came from. The birthplace of the ooze.
As you are investigating, suddenly there is a sloshing of water, and rising up is what you recall as a water elemental.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right, all right, all right.
And this is where we're going to leave off this episode, as this
Sweet.
creature rises up to meet you, as suddenly it's like, oh, that could be dangerous. But is it? It could be there to make friends. Who knows? But we will find out next time on Journey to Asgard. Thank you for everybody who is watching and being with us. I
Yeah,
know it's a
thanks for watching, folks.
long story to build up on this one to get it rolling, but now that we are into it, I don't want to do anything that may take too much time, so we'll just drop it here.
Rolling.
And we will catch everyone next time on the next game. So thanks,
Beautiful.
everybody.
Adios.
See y'all.
Talk to y'all later.